So I get a call in the middle of the night last night, and the guy on the other end is frantic. He's having a legal emergency. It's about 3 a.m., and he needs my help. No problem. That's what I do. I get out of bed, I go to the living room, and I start to listen to this guy's story. He explains that he's been online dating, and he recently started talking to a woman. And during the course of their conversation, he asked her for a photograph, and she sent a photograph. And that's when he found out that she was underage. So he stops communicating with her and thinks that's the end of it. Not long after that, he gets a voicemail from the girl's uncle, and the girl's uncle is very upset. He knows about the photographs. So he doesn't answer the voicemail, and he lets time pass, hopes it's just going to go away by itself. Not long after that, he gets a voicemail from a detective at the Braintree Police. The Braintree Police know about the photograph, and they want to have a talk. The guy decides that what he's going to do is he's going to sleep on this and make a decision in the morning. He can't sleep. That's why he ends up calling me in the middle of the night. We agree that I'm going to take a look into it first thing in the morning. So I call the detective, and he's got a thick southern accent, which is unusual. And the quality of the call is really bad. Like, I can barely hear what the guy is saying. And ultimately, the call drops. So I call the Braintree Police Department, and I ask for the detective. It turns out that there was a detective by that name, but he wasn't working that day. So I got a hold of a different detective. And we start chatting a little bit, and it occurs to me to ask, like, hey, Detective so-and-so, does he have a thick southern accent? And he doesn't. It turns out that the person who was claiming to be a detective from the Braintree Police Department wasn't from the Braintree Police Department at all. And in fact, he was a scammer. Now, I'm not quite sure how blackmail would have worked here, but I couldn't help myself. I call the detective back, and I just tell him what I found out. I tell them that I've called the Braintree Police, and they tell me that Detective so-and-so does not have a thick southern accent. I had confirmed that the detective's real cell phone number was different than the number that I was calling. And the guy pretending to be a detective gets very angry. He starts threatening me. He tells me that if I'm not at the police station at 11 o'clock this morning, he's going to have me arrested. He's going to have the guy arrested. And, obviously at this point, I know that it's a ruse. And he hangs up on me, and I call the Braintree Police Department. I call them back, and we agree that, well, there's really nothing we can do because I'm not going to give them any more information about the person who called me in the middle of the night because, his secrets are my secrets. Anyway, the takeaway from this is if you get a call from somebody either pretending to be from the police or actually from being from police, you really have no idea. The takeaway is don't talk to anybody except qualified, competent, experienced legal counsel about your legal matters. Call me, Chris Fiorentino, day or night at 617-990-2568. That's my cell phone number. I'll be happy to help.